Alright, in this video I'm going to talk about why you want to run your small business as if it was a big business. And I'm just going to say to start out that the reason you want to do that is because it's better. Big businesses are businesses that move a lot of capital, a lot of product, a lot of service efficiently. So whether you're a big business or not, you want to operate your business, whether if it's a small business, just as if it was a big business, because you want to operate your business as efficiently as you possibly can. Okay, so how do you do that? And really what it comes down to is systems. Now, I'm talking about a very small business. Now, I'm thinking of my business right now. I'm trying to think of my business like a micro business at the moment. And I'm not too concerned about growing it at this point in time. I'm quite happy. I enjoy it, the level that it's at. But what I've been aiming for this past year, and especially the past few months, is to add a high level of efficiency into the business in every area, to tighten it up and really just keep the cream of the business operating, and to build this ultimate business that I can then go and grow with these great systems in place so it's ultimately efficient. Now, the reason it's really important to do this is if you have a very small business, but you operate it really inefficiently, as in you don't have systems in place, you don't have software, you don't have a good schedule operating, you don't have equipment that's working well, you don't have certain sets of procedures and checklists for things, then you don't give yourself the opportunity to grow very well, because you're going to run around chasing your tail and eventually you're going to get burned out. And if you bring a new person into that business, you just bring them into this poor system and you teach them this poor system, and the business continues operating that way. So you should run your small business as if it was a big business. Now, what that means is systems. Okay. So in the last video, I presented, say, the 5 main types of communication that you might have in your lawn care business, which I have in my lawn care business. Now, one area that I want to be efficient, and I've taken the time and effort to be efficient in, is that when you're dealing with communications, this is a big part of your business, any business, I think. And you want those communications to be extremely efficient. You want to try to eliminate them if possible. If you can delegate them with an office manager, that's fantastic. And if you can automate them with software, that's also fantastic. So in the area of communications, what are the main communications that your business has? And what is your procedure for dealing with those communications? Your standard answers for rescheduling and any other type of communication that you might have in your business. Make those communications extremely efficient, so that when your business is larger, you just have set answers. If A happens, you do B. Very simple. It's procedures. And so you will also I suggest working on like an owner's manual for your business. And this kind of turns it into a turnkey operation. If any of you know The E-Myth by Michael Gerber, excellent book. But in that book, he's talking about a turnkey operation. So essentially, what you want your business to be, no matter how small it is, you want to have essentially an owner's manual or a procedures manual for your business, an operating manual, that you could then pass to someone else who could operate your business right away. Even if it didn't, you had to hire people, that sort of thing. It might not make money, but they would have the instructions on how to run your business. So that's how you run your business, your small business like a big business, is essentially an operating manual. It's a set of procedures and it's a set of checklists for how things get done. So you say in your lawn care business, what do we do here? We provide lawn mowing services. Okay, break it down. What does that each service entail? How is that done? How is the edging done? How is the mowing done? How is this done? What is the result that you're after? And how do you achieve that result? So that can be in the operating part. So you have procedures for every part of your business. Payments, accounting, the marketing, every part of it. You have systems and procedures, and then all the time you're going in and looking at if your operation goes smoothly and you don't have a problem, say in a communication channel, and everything's running smoothly, then that's probably a good indication that you have that part of your system really well established and it's a great system. But what about when there's a breakdown in one of your communication lines, for example? So you get a communication from a client and it's left field. There's something, maybe you hadn't thought of damage on a property or something like that. Whatever it may be, there's a communication which is not normal in your business. and you now have to come up with a solution to that communication. And so this is the creation of a new procedure. So think about what you're doing, make the move. Did that work? How did that get resolved? And once you have resolved the issue, you can start looking at what is that procedure and how can that procedure be made more efficient in terms of time or in terms of capital, and how can that procedure be basically made improved is really what it comes down to. So you have your procedures, write them down in basically an owner's manual, and then look at them. Whenever they're working, you're probably not going to look at them, but you still should look at them. How could this be made more efficient or communicate more clearly? One of the areas that this is really important is, of course, on the onboarding process from a client. So the time you get communication from a lead to the time that you onboard that client, they become a client and you give them their ongoing service. What does that look like? What do you need in there? You need terms of service. What are the terms and conditions that you're going to operate under, that you'll do business with this person and they can do business with you? What can they expect from you? What can you expect from them? Outline all of that stuff. So we're in this process of onboarding a client. If you have certain things where it just doesn't work and you're like, oh man, that's frustrating. That person got really upset for this reason, or that person didn't want to do it because of this or something, whatever it is. Look at that and think, is there something that you could have communicated up front which would have resulted in them not having to take this course of action? Like the classic thing I'm thinking of is when if you just turn up and do someone's lawn, you do an initial visit and then you just say, yeah, cool, I'll come back and do it regularly. If you're not clear on the frequency, this person doesn't know. So you do their initial visit, and then you're wanting to try to come back 2 weeks later and they don't want to do it. So that's a classic example of you not communicating up front that this is a fortnightly mowing service, and that when the person continues their communication with you, they're agreeing to this fortnightly service unless they break their end of the agreement, which of course they will sometimes. But that's basically how to think of it, is always looking to eliminate. How can I make this more efficient and operate this business better? And the reason for that is expansion. Now, whether you expand your business or not, if you operate it ultimately efficiently, like I do, well, I think I do anyway, but I'm still looking for lots of areas of improvement. But at the moment, I operate a 5-day per fortnight business, and I like that. And I'm looking for ways to increase the efficiency. I get a lot of calls from leads, I get a lot of messages from leads, and I screen really hard now. I take probably 1 out of 10 leads that contact me, take them on as a client because they just don't fit into the new system. And that system is super efficient. It's small, but man, it is really efficient. I would rather have an operation which is the size of mine than 4 times as big, which is like a quarter of the efficiency, and it doesn't even need to be a quarter of the efficiency. When you're talking about a business, when your top line revenue goes 4 times, just because your revenue's gone up 4 times, it doesn't mean your profit has. And so that's really what it's all about, is operating a highly efficient and highly profitable business. And you can grow from that. So the biggest businesses in the world, they're just hyper efficient. They really are. And they can grow and grow and grow exponentially because of their efficiencies and because they continue to increase the efficiencies within their business procedures. So whether you want to have a big business or a small business, operate your business like it's a big business. It is going to help you out. It's going to make your life easy. It's going to make your business operate really well, and enjoy. Thanks for watching.